It's time for another must watch, ladies and gentlemen. And this one is called Summer Pockets. And it came out literally last season and it's still airing today. And this shocks me for one reason and one reason only because it's created by someone named Key. You ever heard that name? Maybe you heard of their work. I don't know, someone like Colin After Story, Little Busters, um, how about Angel Beats, Charlotte, The Day I Become a God. These are all works by Key, and they've always been known for creating bittersweet moments within their work. Also, very controversial stuff as well, as in the work is always being rushed. But you can't help it because when you make things in anime formation, you sometimes need more episodes for things to stretch out. For instance, the ending of Angel Beats, despite how much people loved it, there were certain parts of it that felt very rushed, like things were just cleared up and okay. But if you read the manga, it's well paced. Same thing with Charlotte. A lot of people complain about the literal last episode and how rushed it was. But if you read the manga, again, it takes its time. It shows you have more time when you do things in a book format than you do a movie or a TV show. Because you're limited by episodes and time. And of course, budget. Where when it comes to manga, you can draw as much as you want in it and take as much time as you want. Especially, you won't be asked or rushed to finish it quickly or even canceled for crying out loud. So, Summer Pockets is a very unique turn that Key is doing. Usually in Key's visual novels, there's alternate endings and stuff like that, but you always get the true endings when it comes to his anime projects. But this is the first time where it's taking different routes. And this one, you follow the routes of, so far as I know, because I am going this very blind, I never read the visual novels for these things. You are following the routes to um, four different girls so far. Four different girls. There's about a boy named Hyrie who goes visit his island where his aunt living with her little daughter, and he goes there to help out and explore the island and see what he can do and make himself useful for summer vacation. And each route he finds a certain female character, and I guess he romances them, but it's not just this typical dating scene. They actually go through this island of mystery for each person that he interacts with. And there he discovers some secrets of the island by the routes you take. And it mainly goes by mainly the girl you pick, which girl you like, and that's pretty much what it is. And so far we are on girl number three in the anime. I so far am enjoying this. It has its funny moments, and of course, being Key's work, it has extremely bittersweet moments. Now, the thing also about Key's main male characters is that they're never plain and boring. They always have some type of personality about them that stands above the typical romances that you have in today's genre. Whereas a plain, boring dude who's by the books or he's extremely low self esteem, as usual, he finds some bubbly girl to pick him up. I guess it's a wish fulfillment, but in this one, this dude is very straightforward. He's not afraid to tell people how he feels or he thinks, especially when he has a crush on that certain girl he's on the route with. He's not afraid to flirt with them or to say he loves them and stuff like that. It's a breath of fresh air to have an anime male character who is straightforward on what he feels and thinks about something. Because right now we are saturated in a genre where there's just so many male characters that are pretty much copy and paste, and it's ridiculous and it sucks. So, like I said, it's nice to see someone like Hyrie out there being, an actual human being in a story. Despite this being fiction, you can still write human-like characters. Now, there are side characters, but to be honest with you, they're one-off. They're like singly one mention. One's the girl who acts like she's some sort of hall monitor with a water gun who squirts anyone who does, I guess, indecent things in public. One dude's always showing off his pecs. And the other guys always act like he's prepared for a ping pong game. That's the only really downside I have about this show is the one-off characters. They could have more growth, but they don't. Probably in the visual novels. Who knows? But anyways, each female romance route that you pick will lead you to a different story and how things pick up. There's also other side characters that are also in the show that seem to have some sort of secret. And going how the anime is doing, things can act differently. Once you romance this one certain character, they just disappear in the next arc. Like they don't exist anymore. And knowing that this is Key's work, there's always one thing he always loved to do that I picked up on. Every time there's a dude that's in love with a female character in Key's stories, they always have to go through some bittersweet trial every single time. Calling after story. Angel Beats. Hell, Angel Beats, Kaide fell in love with Tanashi and Kaide fell in love with each other, but she had to move on while he stayed in the afterlife, helping others move on, and then finally they find each other in the next life. The dude from The Dead Become God fell in love with the female main character there, but she had to revert to her previous state where she was disabled, and now he's being taken care of her. It seems to be his pattern, or in Charlotte, how the main character there had to travel around the world taking everyone's powers so no one ever again can face the atrocities of having powers by being kidnapped by some organization. So he traveled the world, gathered everyone's powers, and then he came back, but his mind couldn't hold it all together, so it collapsed on him. And then when restored, he lost his memories. So he does end up with the girl, but he lost his memories. So there's always this bittersweet trial that main character always go through. And as you watch each route that Harry goes through in this anime, he does find his love interest, but there's always this seem to be this bittersweet trial. Well, they disappear, they are on some quest to help their sister, or they're looking for something that they lost a long time ago. And when they do find it, something sad happens. He's always known for creating sad and very emotional endings to their books, and it happens a lot. So the fact that no one's talking about this is surprising me because I guess the old anime fans are out and aren't really talking about this as much as possible. And the new ones probably don't even know what Key is in the first place. They probably never was raised on Kong or Little Busters or Angel Bees and Charlotte and stuff like we were. We've been there since the '90s, man, so we know what it's like. But unfortunately, no one's talking about this, and I was very upset about that. So that's why I felt like I had to make a video for everyone to see what this is about. And that being said, I hope you guys go give it a try. I'm just shocked because this is his first work in a while. I mean, in a while, where it was past the average anime season. Usually, his show only lasts the anime season, is poorly paced, and then you have to go read the books for a better paced story. This time is different. Not only is he doing the alternate routes, but also it's beyond. Like we're on episode 14 now. I know, what a shocker. Anyways, I want you guys to go out and watch this anime and tell me what you think about it. If you have already watched it or know about it, let me know what you think as well, because I like to hear it. Because some people are very mixed about his work sometimes, saying it's too rushed, but then you gotta go read the books. So, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has the background automatically. Signing out.